Trigger warning, potentially controversial parenting statement in this video. I'm making this assessment based on my experience as a pediatrician for 20 years, a parent who's raising 7 children. My children are now age 13 through about 25, and a pediatrician who is very involved in adolescent mental health. Most of our parenting decisions, in fact, the vast majority of them that we make when our children are young, do not have any impact on who our children become, meaning most of them don't matter in the big picture. One data scientist estimated we make over 2,500 decisions about parenting in the first 1 to 2 years of our kids' lives. Things like sleep training, how many vegetables they eat, how we handle tantrums, how we handle behavioral issues. And the vast majority of those things, in fact, almost all of them, don't change anything fundamentally about the outcome of our children as people. And I can attest to this with 4 of my children now being adults and having parented them because of the time and place and situations being somewhat different, long-term outcomes essentially unchanged. But I am going to say that there's one exception. There's one parenting decision that I think that we make when our children are young that does impact them long-term. That parenting decision is the age at which we allow our children's access to smartphones and social media. The young teenage brain is a developing and dynamic thing, and that too often, from what I have seen, the age at which we are giving them access to smartphones and social media, they are not emotionally developed enough to handle all of the complex things that go along with that and the stress and strain emotionally and socially that tends to enter their lives when they have exposure to those things. So of all the parenting decisions that we make that have a long-term impact on our kids' outcome and development, having an approach to how your household handles screens, I don't think there's any one absolute approach, but you have to have an approach in terms of what you guys do with screens, what your household does with screens, and the age at which you give them access to smartphones and social media. Many psychology experts suggest that not until at least 8th or 9th grade do they have the ability to emotionally process and handle and integrate that in a more healthy way into their lives. Tell me what you think.